What is good, R&B squad? This is Heart of Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you're new here, welcome. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is even happier. So it's Saturday, guys. Happy Saturday. I hope you're enjoying it. I am in the middle of teaching a cosmetology class, and while I'm doing that, I put these students on a 15-minute break, 15 to 20 minutes, just so that I can get this word out, because this is a right now word. So I came out here where there is a little bit of sunshine, some birds are chirping, it's really pretty out, so I'm going to see how fast I can get this word out. And for whoever this is for, I hope it reaches you. So I had this dream, and it went down like this. There was this gentleman in the dream, a man who had dreadlocks. And his hair, he was wearing his dreadlocks loose, and they were hanging down to his waist. So that is important, so stick a pin there, guys, as I go along, okay? Oh, and I should add that he was also shirtless in the dream. So he wasn't wearing any shirt. He had his hair loose. It was hanging down to his waist. And what I picked up from the shirt being off, because I could see his muscles and stuff, strength. That is what I got from that. It was a display of strength, that I could see that this person was strong, okay? That being said, there were a group of people around this man, and I was just standing there looking at them. As is customary in a lot of these dreams, these people cannot see me, but I'm watching them and I'm observing everything that is happening. So there's a group of people around this man, male and female, and even though I don't know what they're talking about, some of them are standing in like little groups, little break-off groups, and they're just whispering among themselves. And there are even these two people who start speaking a foreign language, and I did not recognize what the foreign language was. It wasn't Spanish, it wasn't French, it was just a foreign language. And guys, that's the thing. Sometimes when these demons communicate, they will communicate in a language that only they understand. But here's the thing about the Holy Spirit. When the Holy Spirit wants you to know that this is demonic, it doesn't matter what language they try to speak. He will just quicken your spirit so that you will know that this is an unclean spirit. So there were some unclean spirits around, and they were presented as people. Okay, so there was this group of people around this man. They weren't talking directly to the man. Sometimes they would, but most of the times they were just talking to each other. And I could tell, even though I could not understand their conversation or overhear it for that matter, because I wasn't standing close enough to them to overhear, I just knew that these people were up to no good. And I was on this laptop, right? And it seemed as though this laptop had a lot of junk on it, so I was just clearing away all this junk off this laptop that was making it run slowly. And then off to the other side of the room, there is this woman. And the woman, she is a young woman. And she's not really, she's about her own business. She's not really looking around at what is happening in the room or on our side of the room. But you could tell that even though she's not looking around, she's alert. And then there is this second woman. And this woman, you could just tell, she looked older. She looked like maybe an auntie or a mother figure or something like that. Not an auntie or mother figure of the woman that I just mentioned. Not an auntie or mother figure of the younger woman. But she looked, I just use auntie or mother figure so that you guys can get an idea of her age, okay? She looked like an older woman. And this woman just had, it was giving old Jezebel, okay? I just have to say it the way the Lord presented it to me. She just looked argumentative, and she just had this spirit of chaos and confusion all over her. And she just came up to this young woman when the young woman isn't looking, and like a coward, she injects this woman with a needle. Okay, and then it's like she's just standing there waiting to see it take effect, because apparently this injection is supposed to cause some sort of reaction in this woman, but it didn't quite cause the reaction that she expected. Okay, so when she injects sis, right? Sis turns around and she stands up and she starts rebuking this woman, this older Jezebel. She starts rebuking the woman. She started by saying in a very loud voice, "Why did you stick me with the needle?" And then she starts to rebuke the woman. And the woman is arguing with her, but you can tell that you can tell that she is scared, because now this is attracting a scene. People are looking, okay? So people are looking at the situation. Some of the people over on the other side of the room, including me, were looking at what is going on. And the older woman, she starts to back away, okay? So she's backing away from the younger woman. Guys, I'm sorry about the dog. There seems to always be a dog somewhere in the background when I'm putting out these words. But I'm going to speak over the noise so that you guys can hear me, all right? So that being said, this woman starts to back away and she walks down the staircase, and she's still trying to argue with the younger woman just to save face. But you can tell I'm walking away from the dog, people, so you guys won't hear him or her as loudly. Yeah, she is backing away from this younger woman, and she's walking down the staircase to try to get away from the younger woman. But no matter how far she walks away, the younger woman just keeps rebuking her. So she injects the younger woman with this needle. The needle doesn't do anything. The injection doesn't do anything. And then she gets rebuked right out of there. Okay? So that being said, the Lord then takes me to another part of the dream where he's showing me this quicksand. Okay, there's this place with all this quicksand, and you guys know that you sink in quicksand. If you get caught up in quicksand, you're going to sink in there. Okay, so he shows me this place with quicksand, and he says the word slippery to me. Okay, but then he actually shows me, I'm the one pulling this man, the same man with the dreadlocks. I'm pulling this man. He's about to slip, and I actually divert the man away from the quicksand and put him back on a path where it's clear. And even though I put him on this path where it's supposed to be clear, then there are all of these stumbling blocks in his path, all of these stumps, like tree stumps and stuff like that. But then the Lord shows me clearing away the tree stumps. Okay, so I'm just clearing everything away so that this man can pass and go on his way. All right. And there's another part of the dream, but I'll get to that shortly. Let me just break down what I said to you guys so far, all right? So the Lord immediately took me to Samson and Delilah. And the way he brought it across, he said to me, in this situation, Delilah doesn't represent just one person. Delilah represents a group of people, okay? So for whoever this is for, the man with the dreadlocks, that is your person. The woman who was getting stuck with the needle, that is your person. All right? So this could be for a male or it can be for a female. But either way, there are people around your person, around the person that God ordained to be your spouse. There are people, now these people could be family members. It could be his family members. It could be her family members. It could be family members of their ex. It could be family members of the counterfeit. It could be friends. It's just a group of people around this man and around this woman who do not mean well. Okay? Some of them are older people who should know better, like the old Jezebel who tried to inject the younger woman with the needle. Okay? So some of these people are older people who should know better. But yet, instead of telling the younger people in the group that they need to back off of these people and leave them alone, that they need to back off of this man and this woman, what they're doing instead is that they're encouraging it. They're like the ringleader in the entire thing. Okay? However, remember the part where the Lord shows me actually diverting this man. I'm diverting him away from the quicksand that he was meant to sink in, that these people set up for him to sink in. And also, I took away all of the clutter and all of the tree stumps so that he can walk freely. And I was also on the laptop. I was on the laptop and I was clearing away all of this junk. Okay, so what the Lord led me to is Psalm chapter 40, verses 2 to 4, and it reads, "He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet up on a rock, and established my goings. And he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. Okay? So for whoever this is for, there are people around your person that's trying to get your person into two positions, either trying to get them in an area of weakness, place stumbling blocks in their path, or to get them stuck. Because in all of these instances, there was the same theme, right? The computer was running slowly because there was all this junk on it. The man with the dreadlocks couldn't pass by and go on his way because there were all of these tree stumps and stumbling blocks in his path. Then somebody else goes over there and they put quicksand for him to get stuck in or for him to sink in. And then they're over there trying to inject this woman with a needle. So either way, people are trying to get you guys to slip up, trying to get you in a weak spot, trying to weaken you if they can't find a weak spot. Okay? And they're also trying to get you stuck. But the Lord is saying that he has put the key to getting your person out of that situation in you. Notice that the young woman got up and she started to rebuke that old Jezebel and put her in her place. And as she did that, the old Jezebel just backed away. All right? Not only that, she drew attention to what was happening by rebuking the Jezebel. So what the Lord is saying, these people who are messing with your person and trying to get them stuck, trying to put stumbling blocks in their path, these people underestimate the spiritual authority that the Lord has given to you, their person. Okay? You are the one who holds the key, and this is why it is so important to cover your God-ordained spouse in prayer. You guys have to stay prayed up, all right? Because the Lord is using you to stand in the gap to protect that person in the spirit. So they're protecting you and you're protecting them. All right? Just like the message that I put out recently about your spouse covering you in prayer. It's the same thing. You're supposed to do that for them as well. You're supposed to return the favor. You're supposed to cover them in prayer. The younger woman got up and she started rebuking this old Jezebel that was trying to stick her, get her stuck. Okay? So these people don't know they're playing with you. They're trying to play with you, but they don't know your spiritual authority. They don't know the authority that God has given to you. Okay? So you're not going to get stuck. The Lord also said your fate will not be that of Samson's fate. You know how Samson had his hair cut off by Delilah? All of these people, the Philistines, they put Delilah up to that. And she cut off his hair and she took away his strength. No, it's not going to be like that for you. Because the Lord has already sent someone ahead to pray you out of that situation, okay? The Lord has already sent your person to pray you out of that situation, okay? Let me see what else I have here. Okay, the Lord also spoke to me of the following words. He said he's going to clear up, he's going to reckon, and he is going to prune. Now, to prune, the actual definition of pruning, guys, is to cut away what is unwanted and what is unneeded. So basically, the Lord is saying here that there are too many people trying to get up in you and your kingdom spouse's business. These people have very unclean and ill intentions, and they will be removed, whether they like it or not, no matter how long they've been there, no matter who they are. It could be a counterfeit. It could be family members. One by one, the Lord is going to get rid of them because this is the time of reckoning. These people have gone far enough. They're really doing everything they can to make sure that this union between you and this person doesn't come together. And not just that, they're also trying to block your person professionally. They're trying to block your person's potential. That is what this really is about. This person has family and friends and a counterfeit who are jealous of their potential. So they don't want to see this person grow. They'd rather see this person sink than grow. The Lord put you there in their lives for that specific reason so that you can pray them out of that. All right? Okay, let me see what else I have here. Right, in another part of the dream, guys, I saw myself walking around. I saw myself walking around with these huge letters and numbers that were lit up. Okay, and they were marquee numbers and letters and like the kinds you use to decorate. And interestingly enough, it wasn't just me walking around with them. There were other people that were walking around with these marquee numbers and letters, and they were being taken apart. The numbers and letters were being taken apart, and they were being put in the back of a closet. Okay? The Lord indicated to me that this means the closure of some type of company, a transitioning, the putting away of what will no longer be used. So for somebody, you may own a small or medium-sized company, and this is going to tie back into the group of people around you that don't want to see you make progress or don't want to see your person make progress. So either you or your person may own a small or medium-sized company. Okay? And there are people who work for you who are trying to do you dirty, or they're trying to do your person dirty. And you or your person already know that they're trying to do you dirty. So here's what's going to happen. You or your person is either going to restructure the company itself to push these people out, or you're going to just plain fire them. Okay? The Lord also showed me that there will be a boundary set. Boundaries are going to be put in place by God Himself. And that means that these people will not be able to fight their dismissal when it comes, okay? So guys, basically the word is that there are people that are still around your person, still around you and your person, trying to get you guys stuck so that you guys can't make progress, so that you can't make the next step professionally and personally. The Lord is saying, no, no, no. He is going to remove them. He's going to cut them out of the situation altogether. So I hope that this word blessed someone. I'm going to go back in and attend to my students, and I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care.